Do you want to make your own emotes for your stream, but not really sure where to start? Let me show you how to do it. What's going on, everyone? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the Games Department. Today, I'm going to show you how to make your own free stream emotes very simply. It's going to be a quick video. It's going to be an easy tutorial to follow, so let's just jump straight in. So before we open up Photoshop and I show you what you actually need to do, I'm going to go through some guidelines that you need to follow when making your emotes for Twitch. So thankfully, Twitch has two different ways of uploading your emotes to the site and making them active and available. Obviously, you do need to be an affiliate on Twitch to have emote access. You can't upload your own emotes until you do hit affiliate level, but if you want to watch a video on how to help you get affiliate, I'll leave that up in this little card up the top here. You should check that out. So the two methods that Twitch allow for uploading your emotes, you have your original way, which is uploading 3 separate images of 3 separate sizes specific to that emote size, or you can upload a high def image and Twitch will auto size those to your emote sizes. Looking on Twitch's website and goes through the different formatting requirements, you'll see here you can have images between 112 by 112 pixels all the way up to 4096 by 4096 pixels. So for the simple method, as long as you have an image that's 112 by 112 all the way up to 4096 by 4096 pixels, it'll upload, auto size, and away you go. You haven't got to worry about it. It's all done for you and you're perfect to go. So the other option, as I said earlier, you need to have 3 separate images. Now each image is going to be a different size, the smallest being 28 by 28, up to 56 by 56, and then up to 112 by 112. You have them all saved separately as PNG files, and you upload them all to Twitch, ready to display the different sizes. Now you need to make sure that these are transparent PNGs. If you don't know how to make a PNG, I'll show you how to do it with Photoshop. If you need to learn how to do it in other kinds of software, there's a bunch of information online. Just Google that specific software and how to make a PNG, and you'll be good to go. So we're going to jump straight into Photoshop. I'll show you exactly what you need to do. It's not going to be the best work of art. That's up to you, but I'm going to show you the fundamentals. So opening up Photoshop here, you can see you've got your new document panel. You pick your different canvas size, and you're ready to rock and roll. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an 8000 by 8000 canvas. It's probably a little bit big for this situation, but it's not that big of a deal because we're going to resize it and change things anyway. Doesn't really matter. So when you launch Photoshop in a new document, you get your first layer, which is your background layer, which is just generally a flat white background for you to then add layers on top of. So the first thing we're going to do is hit Control-Shift-N to start a new layer, and we're going to hide the background. So all you see is a transparent layer. Gives you a really good indication of what your image is going to look like. So for the sake of the video, we're just going to make a simple text emote. It's not going to be anything artistic, not going to be anything crazy. That's completely up to your imagination and what you want to put into your emote. I'm just going to show you the basics. So because it is going to be a text emote, if you look on the left-hand pane here, you can see the little text tool. You want to click that and you want to click on your layer. We're going to type in, let's say hype. This is going to be a hype emote. We're going to move this to the middle and we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So if we go here, we're just going to drag this across, make it as big as we can without it blowing out or touching or looking a bit weird. But I'm thinking that's the largest size that we can get. Thinking that's going to be okay. Remember that this is an 8000 by 8000 canvas. We don't need that. We only need a 4096 by 4096. So I'm going to click image. I'm going to click canvas size and I'm going to drop the pixels down to 4096 by 4096. We're going to click OK, proceed. And this is going to crop down our canvas to be the size that we actually need for our emote. Now, if we click on the hype text itself and hit Control T, that allows us to transform the text, meaning that we can drag it a little bit bigger, just make it a little bit fuller to the actual size of the emote. We're going to center the text, and there you go. You go hype right in the middle. Now, I don't imagine having just a black word saying hype is going to be the hype. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to make it look a little bit prettier. First thing we're going to do is we're going to double click on the text and we're going to change the color. We're going to make it something like a lime green because why not? It stands out. You got to remember some people have the dark theme or the light theme on Twitch. So it's going to completely depend on what sort of theme they're using to see your emote. So you don't want to have like a dark gray or a white outline on text. If they're using the light mode, you're not going to see the outline. If they're using dark mode, you won't see a dark gray outline. So you want to try and be smart about what colors you're going to pick to make sure they're going to stand out on both the white and the dark theme backgrounds. So for the sake of the argument, we're going to use a lime green text and probably like a purple outline or something that's going to be really noticeable. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click Control Shift and N to create another layer. We're going to drag that underneath the hype text. I'll show you why in a second because we're going to make a background to give it a bit of an outline. So if you right click on this little square here and click Select Pixels, it's going to completely outline the hype text itself. You want to click Select, Modify, Expand. Now what this does is it's going to expand the pixels to whatever you set it at. If you set 35 pixels, it's going to expand that line 35 pixels from the original. So if we click 35, you can see it's just a thin layer, 35 pixels in width from the original line. We want to do more than that, so we're going to modify, expand. We can do it again. I want more than that again, so we're going to do it again. You can obviously change this the first time. For the sake of the video, I'm going to explain, but if you want to modify that from 150 the first time, you can absolutely do that. So now we've got this nice bubbly text. We're going to click layer 1, which is underneath the original hype text. We're going to go to a purple color. Let's do that. We're going to get the paint tool, and because we're selected on layer 1, it's only going to apply to layer 1, and we're just going to fill in that little gap there. We're going to make it nice and vibrant. We're going to click select. We're going to deselect, and that will get rid of the highlighted pixels. Now we can hold control, select both layers, and move them to be a little bit more in the center. And there you go. You have a green and purple hype emote. Now let's say you don't just want one word. You want to have some PNG images in there as well, just to make it look a little bit more colorful. I'll show you how to do that too. So I've gone to Google and I've downloaded a firework PNG just to put in the background to give it a little bit of spice. So we're going to drag this PNG into the actual image itself, and you can see that it comes up, transparent background, and it creates its own layer. So we're going to make this a little bit bigger, and we're going to drag this layer underneath the other two texts so it sits behind everything and doesn't get in the way. We're going to move it, make it a little bit more exciting. So let's say one firework is not enough. You want more fireworks. You can right click on here and click duplicate layer. You want to click OK, and there you've got a copy. So now if you hide this one, you can see the other one. And if you hide this one, you can see the other one. Now, if you move this one out of the way, you've got a second one there ready to go. Now, for me, I think it looks a little bit weird having the fireworks both go the same way. So if you have it highlighted, you can right click, click flip horizontal, and it just mirrors the image to the other way. Very simple and quick way of mirroring your image. Now I want to grab both of the text and the outline, and I want to drag it down just a tiny little bit because I want these firework pieces to be a little bit bigger and just fill a little bit more of the space. And then we should be ready to go. Is it perfect? No. Is this something you're probably going to copy? Probably not. But you know exactly how to do it. You know how to add your text. You know how to add an outline. You know how to add a PNG image. You're pretty much ready to rock and roll. You can do as much as you want, change as many things as you want, and make it completely your own. Now to export your sick PNG emote, we're going to click File. We're going to go Export, and we're going to export as PNG. You want to save it to wherever you're going to save it to, and then you're ready to go. Now if I open up that file that we've just exported, you can see we've got a perfectly good hype emote. It's a little rough around the edges, but you understand the concept. As you can see, the emote itself takes up most of the screen, and it's still in a high resolution. The reason we made the canvas a 4096 by 4096 is because we want the highest resolution we can. It's better to have a better resolution and squash it down than making things to a low resolution, because if you ever want to use this design in the future, or you want to do anything else with it, it's much harder to blow up a bad resolution image as it is to squash stuff down. So now your emote's ready to go. You want to jump onto Twitch's website, and you'll see here on the left-hand side under your creator dashboard, a little section that says Viewer Rewards. Underneath that, it will say Emotes. You click on that and it'll bring up your emote availabilities. You can see here you've got Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Because I'm an affiliate, we only have 5 emote slots for Tier 1, 1 for Tier 2, 1 for Tier 3. We've obviously got those filled, so unfortunately this new hype emote isn't going to make its way into our list, but this is what you're going to see. If you haven't got any emotes uploaded, you'll see all of these are blank, very similar to what these ones are down here with my bit reward. All you want to do is click that empty spot. You'll get this little pop-up that'll come up. You click upload, or you drag a file onto this pane itself, and it'll automatically resize that image. One thing you do want to make sure is that your file size isn't bigger than 1 megabyte. If it is bigger than a meg, it's not going to work, and Twitch won't allow you to actually upload that emote. But generally with PNGs, they are quite small anyway, so you shouldn't have that much of an issue. And there you go. All you need to do is click upload. Twitch will then review your emote and make sure that it's something that should be on the Twitch website. And before you know it, you've got your own emotes. So I hope that in some way this was a helpful video. If it was, don't forget to leave a thumbs up below. Also subscribe, because I post new videos every week and you don't want to miss out on all the fun. If you want to come and see the emotes we use on our stream, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at twitch.tv/thegamedepartment. You should 100% check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Also, if you want to find us on any other social media, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Just search it. It's the Game Department. It's exactly the same as everywhere. You should definitely come and check that out. If Discord is more your vibe, we have a great community of people. We talk about games. We talk about memes. We talk about memes and games. We talk about stuff. It's a great bunch of people. You should definitely join that. I'll leave a link to the server below. come and say g'day. Other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you have a good night.